Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Andrews the podcast. I am your host Jamal, and a couple things before we get into tonight's topic. I saw the score from the Lady Yellow Jackets. They ended up losing to Timberland, so congratulations to the young ladies from Timberland. Good luck in your journey through the playoffs, and good luck to the Lady Jackets for next year. Let me do something real fast over there. And tomorrow night, do not forget to, if you are able to, make your way down to Bishop England and support the young men from Andrews High School as they take on Bishop England at Bishop England High School. Make sure you if you're able to, go out and support the young men in what they are doing, which is trying to bring that championship back to Andrews, South Carolina. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me get this thing shared out here. Also, if you're in Andrews tomorrow during lunchtime and you get hungry, please go and check out one of our sponsors. You see it on the screen right there, Jacob's Soul Food Cafe, located at 601 West Main Street, and that's in Andrews, South Carolina. So do yourself a favor, which is turn the sound off right there and edit the privacy. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard tonight, but anyway, we are live and direct. Let me know if you, well, I just heard it on the thing, so I know that you can hear me. Also, be sure and support S&M Concessions. I think they're going to be at a church in Andrews. I'll find it on Facebook here in a second and post it. But make sure y'all go and follow Miss Marla Epps, S&M Concessions. And I know she's over by Bobby Wofford a lot of times. And anytime we have an event in Andrews, she's there. Like I said, she's going to be at a church this Sunday in Andrews. So make sure you support her. And again, Black History Month going down all month in Andrews. We had the open mic, which was a great event. And we're looking for a big turnout this weekend, this Saturday. It's going to be an art walk and a movie night. 30 East Main Street is the location where you will be able to, if you're an artist and you want to present your art, make your way down there and get your art presented for the people. Black History Month, celebrating Black History Month art walk. And on the 25th, it's going to be a festival, Black History Food Festival, Black History Festival, foods and crafts, vendors, a book signing by Mr. Cedric Cumby and his wife, Mrs. Cumby. The name of their book is called Black Eyelids Etched in Gold, and I'm sure you can find that on Amazon. So please go and show some love to two authors from our area right here in Andrews, South Carolina. So make sure you come out and support this weekend. Have yourself a good time, socialize, mingle, look at some good art, and make sure you are there if it's possible. Okay. All right. So tonight, man, I wanted to and shout out to Miss Jerry Davis. We did an interview here earlier, and that came out extraordinary. Miss Jerry Davis, y'all make sure y'all go and follow her Facebook page, and that is Black Diamond Princesses, and she is an advocate for victims of different types of trauma, be it domestic violence, be it mental, terror from somebody, be it sexual assault. she is her organization is there to help. So y'all make sure y'all go and check out that interview and hit her Cash App, because that money that you donate to that organization is for a real, very, very real cause. So if you want to help, sometimes you can't be there physically to help, but you can definitely help through your monetary donations. Again, shout out to fabnews.online. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check out that Facebook page, leave some comments, answer some of the trivia questions on the page. Just make sure you go over there and check. Add that to your news sources. Okay, don't just consume it from one place. Check around. All right, tonight I want to get back into something that drew me into this political arena, and that is the situation that where if you come to Andrews, South Carolina, and you see that building, the new town hall that sits unfinished, no work is being done, work has been halted, and for a lot of the people out of the PD that's hearing this for the first time, I want to bring you up to what's going on with that. I'm gonna walk you through, and I need somebody that's computer savvy that can tell me how to take these documents, where I can take these documents that I'm going to be reading from, that I'm going to be referencing, and put them on the screen. And these documents that I'm talking about, well, let's talk about the building in Andrews. So first, they started to build a new town hall in the town of Andrews, and everything was going as it should have been. Now, a lot of people are under the impression that the town of Andrews was financing this project, that this was something that the town of Andrews came up with, and I'm getting this from just listening to different comments at like the town hall, and all these people. All you got to do is just ask me, or I'll figure out how to get you an official copy of the ordinance that govern the monies that was collected for that building. Okay, that wasn't a Andrews project, because at the time when this ordinance was created, Andrews was not in a very good position, and this was prior to the current administration. Now, this ordinance number that you see on there, ordinance number 204-28, is an ordinance to impose a 1 cent penny sales tax subject to a referendum. In other words, through this document that I have here, Georgetown County Council brought it to the citizens of Georgetown County that, hey, listen, we want to impose a 1 cent extra tax. This is 1 cent in addition to what you are already being taxed, to collect monies for 5 projects. And these 5 projects were named in this ordinance, right? This ordinance number 2004-28, right? And those projects were as named in the ordinance. Number 1 was the Winyah Bay dredging. And dredging is digging out a body of water to make it deeper so that ships can pass, larger ships and boats can pass. Okay. And that $6 million that you see there was the estimate that the officials from Georgetown came up with. Now we'll get back to that number right there, because that number is it says a lot about, because we sit and we talking, focusing on Andrews, and Andrews got such, the big problems that Andrews does have. Its share of problems, but Georgetown, that $6 million says a lot about the leadership at the time. Okay, but we'll keep moving on. And then number 2 on that list was Murrells Inlet dredging, and that was earmarked at $8 million. Right now, keep in mind, in addition to that $8 million, they also had a disposal site preparation of 2.3, so basically 10 million, a little over $10 million that Murrells Inlet had earmarked for this money. And these are estimates. These are the estimates that we're giving. These aren't my estimates. These are the estimates that are located in this document. And to hear somebody say, oh, you want to use the document, that's why you write documents, you hayseed. And calm down, okay? But and let's stick to the facts. We don't have to name call, right? But I just had to throw that shot out there. So where we at? Then number 3 was the Andrews Police and Fire Complex, and that was an estimate given of 1.5 million. That is that building that you're looking at that has not been completed. Okay, and for, if you don't know, $1.5 million does nothing. It took about $1.5 million to prep the site where that building is, because for those of you who don't know, behind what is City Hall now, there was a huge facility that housed the fire department and a bunch of water stuff that was never taken care of over time. So when they did get to the point to where they were disposing of that stuff, the bill was around $700,000, $750,000 to get rid of that, because they had to call in DHEC. Because those of you who are familiar with Andrews, you know that Andrews was in control of its water treatment facility at one time, and once they gave that up, they never got rid of the chemicals, and it was just kind of stored there, which made for a very bad situation, and DHEC had to be called in. And so that's half, more than, well, that's half of that $1.5 million there. And then you're talking about prepping that sand, that whatever. But that wasn't an issue because it was just estimates. These were estimates, right? And the document, which was so beautifully written, allowed for these things, right? Also on that list was fire stations. Okay, number 4 was fire stations, and there was another 1.5 million. These fire stations were supposed to be strategically placed throughout the county, I guess, in lesser served areas was the thinking behind that, I'm assuming. Okay, now then they had a list of roads, which it's in here, and I'm gonna list off just a few, but I'm gonna show you how many roads. And that's one page, that's another page, front and back. And yeah, so you're looking at 1, 2, 3 pages of roads, and you're talking about Grimes Street, Pyatt Street, Laurel, Loril Street, Britt Street, Back End Road, back, I guess that's supposed to be Black River Road, South Fraser Street, Hazard Street. And these are just different streets that they had. Murrells Inlet Road, Business 17, Wilcox Avenue, 77 Wilcox Avenue, Choppy Road. And these are just different roads throughout Georgetown County that this ordinance 2014-28, this is just some of the roads that are listed there that was supposed to be covered in that with that $8.9 million. Okay. All right. And so that all of that right there, those 5 projects, 1, 2, 3, 4. The roads was 5. I just didn't have it listed as 5. Around 28, a little bit over $28 million, right? And so they put this to the people. The people voted on it, right? And the people said yes. And so Georgetown County enacted ordinance 2014-28 August 12th, 2014, whereby the ballot question for implementation of a capital project sales tax, the people voted on it, and it would run from May 2015 to the end date of April 30th, 2019. And then they collected the taxes, and the taxes that were actually collected were $41 million. Now, this is where the funny business started to come in, because what the council members at the time wanted to do, or what they did, or what they attempted to do, what they attempted to get away with, allegedly, is they took that excess money, right? They took the excess money, and then, because there's a lot about this thing that I need to get into before we get to this document. In this document, in Ordinance 2014, again, I said to you that these projects, those numbers were estimates. That's what they were, estimates. And the document even says that they were estimates. And the document also said, and it was so beautifully written, so thank you to the author, you know, that word, the A word, the person that writes the documents. Well, we can see who the author of this document was, because they signed it. All right, where are we at? The estimated maximum cost of projects, and that was those 5 projects that I listed for you, was $28 million. That was estimated, and language matters, right? I'm just giving you an overview. We're going to do a deep dive into this later. Okay. And the first reading was June 10th, 2014. Second reading, July 8th, 2014. Third reading was August 12th, 2014. And the public hearing was also August 12th, 2014. And this document, this ordinance, at the time, the chairman was Johnny Morant, chairman, and Teresa E. Floyd was the clerk of council, and Wesley P. Bryant was the county attorney at the time that signed this document right here, this ordinance right here, into, I guess, law. And so after they got that, they said, okay. And the ordinance said clearly that those prices, those estimates, those were estimates, and that that these projects were to be fully funded until completion. Like, you couldn't do one project and then start another. But if you saw where you could get another one completed, then you can go ahead and start another. Like, you have to do it in sequence. There wasn't no, you know what I mean? We just gonna do it how we want to do it, which is how it was done. It was supposed to be done in sequence. First project that was supposed to be done was the Winyard Bay dredging. Now, I said that they collected how much money? Actual money did I say they collected? They actually collected $41 million from 2014 to 2019 in the 5-year span, right? Excuse me, sorry. they collected that amount of money, and so they decided that the estimate would be, that's what they were going with. You know what I mean? They wasn't going with that. And so what they ended up doing was writing a new ordinance, right? And that's ordinance number 2105, which is what I hold here. And in this new ordinance, this is where things got tricky. Because like I said, in the first ordinance, it clearly stated that you needed to fully fund these projects before you moved on to something else. What I did not say to you about this project and my comment about the leadership in Georgetown was they had this earmarked for $6 million when the actual price, the actual cost of a project like this would have been like $66 million. So essentially that $41 million should have been absorbed into that project, but that's not what they did. They decided to move forward with these other projects, okay? Which is, you know, was this dredging project for $8 million. I don't know how theirs was 66 million, you know what I mean? And theirs ended up being 8 million plus an extra 2.3 for the site disposal of site preparation, whatever that meant. Okay. So they took that money, what was left from that $28 million, what was left from that $41 million, and they came up with a new ordinance, right? A new law. And each county councilman, right, was given $1 million, and that's a total of $7 million. Okay. They were given to do their own projects, right? And these projects are as listed in this new ordinance right here that they wrote. Okay, which they should not have written, because that money could have been easily absorbed into those 5 projects. But they went on, and this is my opinion, this is allegedly the reason why they gave that money is it was, you know, it's like campaign. They used the taxpayers' money, because they collected this money from you, the taxpayer. They used the taxpayers' money to politic, okay? And what I mean by that is that each council person was given $1 million to go into their district and do a project, right? And these projects are as listed. All the original projects as submitted and approved by the voters of 2014 are fully funded, and related proceeds have been expended or set aside. And that is not true. You can go and see that the Andrews project is not done. So how can you write that all the original projects submitted, and that's these 5 projects, okay? And somebody tell me where the new fire stations are at. Somebody tell me if all of these roads that I see in this ordinance are done. None of that's done. And then they went on and said, hey, we're going to write a new ordinance, which I'm holding right here. All right. If you want a copy, just inbox me. I'll make sure you get it. They went on and said that all the original projects, and this is part 1, section 1, part 1 of this new ordinance. The balance of the 2014 surplus collection is approximately $10 million, right? Which is not true, because they didn't fully fund those projects. They weren't complete. Then they said the following items be funded and distributed with the 2000 fund surplus tax. And this is what they're saying. Emergency vehicle traffic systems, $1 million. Debbie Doo fire station plan, $199,870. Waverly Road multimodal pathway, $1.8 million, $53,116. So a pathway, they had more money earmarked for a pathway than they had for the the town hall for a whole town with real people, like a pathway. Who lives on a pathway? I mean, don't they have enough pathways over there? Sewer system expansion along Powell Road to Mount Zion, and that is $294,000. And tennis courts for North Santee and Sampit Parks. And happy belated birthday again, Everett, Carolina. But you did not show up, sir, to Andrew Town Council. They got one tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see you there. Not that I expect you to do anything. I just expect you to be there. Just be there. Just be there to see the people, talk to the people, actually see what's going on down there. Actually come and see. And then we should have another interview. Okay, now that I have an official press badge, now that I am an official member of the media, not just a podcaster now, but we can. Tennis courts for North Santee and Sampit Parks, $334,000, $872. Resurfaced tennis courts at South Island Road, $33,000, $33,750 to be exact. Lighting signage on trails in North Santee, Sampit, Andrews, and Lambertown, $88,000. And where is this stuff? Pleasant Hill Northwest Park, basketball court and playground, $82,864. Library improvements. It doesn't even say which library, so I'm assuming they mean all the libraries throughout the county. But they should say that if that's what they mean, because just libraries, that's real vague. Libraries, $869,425. Spring Gully improvement, roads, drainage, recreation, $300,000 flat. And again, these are estimates. This is the same thing that's going on with the Sampit, Lambertown situation with the solar panel farm, and the same kind of thing that's going on in Parker Village over in Pawleys Island, where the county, even in that situation in Parker Village, they're going against the planning commission. A commission assembled of professionals that are supposed to guide these people. They move in the direction of big business, of that money. Hey, HVAC systems for North Santee. Did y'all get that yet? Because they took $18,000 of your dollars to do that. St. Luke Community Center, $100,000 of the taxpayers' money. The campaign. You're funding the campaign. So I can come there and say, I did this, I did this. You didn't do that. You took the people's money and you did that. That's what you did, broski. Mamski. Choppy Complex auditorium renovations, $400,000. $400,000, to be exact. Sandy Island Fire renovations. So again, Sandy Island Fire renovations. Why do you have this money earmarked for fire stations in the original ordinance, and then you come back again in the other ordinance, and you know what I mean, with that $1 million, and you another 22,000? Like, what are you people doing? Dunbar Park improvements, $61,500. Speaking of parks, Italy Park is horrible. Georgetown County. Now, you had a very good and legitimate excuse as to why you didn't do anything for the park on Jones Avenue. And legally, I get it. But legally, you are responsible. Your name is actually on the park in Italy. Is that Raymond Newton or is that Everett, Carolina? I promise you that park would not look like that if it was located in the Waccamaw Neck. You know, one of the things that people have been saying, that when Andrews gets a white mayor, then it'll be, then the county will release the money to finish town hall. $1 million, people. $1 million. A whole $1 million was given to these people. Your money. That's the job of a politician, is to go steal from one person and bring it back to the other person. That's the game. When you send your politician to Washington, he ain't going there to work or do nothing. He going to get some money. Whose money? The government don't work nowhere. They going to get me and your money, the tax money they collect. We just need you to go make sure you steal some for us. Bring it back to us. Bring our money back here in our area. Bob Anderson know what I'm talking about. He'll tell you. That's why you can't get nothing from. That's why Georgetown County Council and the way that they got to figure out a different way. They got to figure out a different way to have these meetings and have these forums, because that little 3-minute speech just sitting there, man, you coming back and forth. I feel for the tattoo guy. You just, coming back. You become a good public speaker. That doesn't mean anything gets done. I thought it was supposed to be, okay, you're leaving your name and your address at when you sign up to speak at these meetings. Well, it seems to me that the council members should get a copy of that list, look at the addresses, see the person in their district, and engage them. Have somebody from the office. They're paying for you. You're paying for the paper and all this other stuff. You sending letters to all these other stupid corporations. Send a letter to the citizen. Allegedly with the corporation thing, but it just seems that you always side. I mean, it's the same story. It's the same story every meeting. Every other meeting we go. So the Georgetown County Council will sit there and watch this building rot instead of doing what it is they're supposed to be doing. And that case is in court. Andrews has filed a lawsuit, and Georgetown County continues this case down the road. There's a video I'm going to share where I was talking to county council member Everett, Carolina, because apparently I'm the only person that'll talk to these people, but I don't think they want to talk to me now, but they're gonna have to now. I'm not gonna be rude. I'm more polished and more defined now in my approach. Okay. Come check me out over there on fabnews.online and you'll see. You'll see. If you want to join the team, you see the number right there. Send me a text. Call me. Again, salute to Miss Jerry Davis, BDP, Black Diamond Princess, noble organization that you should support. Yeah. And that's it, man. My point in talking about this whole thing of Penny is that just to kind of bring things back, you know what I mean? Because they dragging this thing out in court, and they trying every little dirty trick that they can. They again moving the EMS out of town. You know, the little dust up we had with the sheriff department, and shout out and salute to the sheriff department for showing up the other day. And that was crazy. I had to block the dude, not block him, but I had to hide his post. Mr. Wright, calling me a snitch. How you call the police on somebody and then I'm a snitch? Yeah, you called him. It's crazy. Yeah, but these people playing a crazy game, man, in Georgetown County. They're playing a very crazy and dirty game. And, you know, we can sit here and say, oh, it's the white man, but nah, these people look like us. Again, these people put in a serious bid for $6 million on a project that was underestimated by $60 million. $60+ million. And these are the people that's in charge of making decisions in Georgetown. And the way this the government's not working for the people, man. And then you got these news organizations like Georgetown Times. They don't speak in behalf of the people. They don't question the council members. They don't nothing. You hear the people from Parker Village, you hear the people from Lambertown, but you don't sit down and you do these fluff pieces with these people, and they using these newspapers like Georgetown Times as propaganda pieces, as propaganda vehicles. So come on, Mr. Woodall, man, you spoke, bro. Don't play that game, but I guess you got to keep a check coming, I guess. So we'll figure out how we're going to deal with that, but that's not going to fly. Nothing. No articles about the EMS, nothing. So that's why Fab News is so important. That's why you should go over there right now and go over to the Facebook page and hit that friend request. Go to Fab News Online right now. Okay, fabnews.online. It's that important because my little dog is just barking. I'm gonna be up in here tonight. Don't know, but yeah, man, that's it. I ain't gonna hold. I'm about to get off of this thing right now, man. But y'all remember, that dog is. All right, so I gotta get my gun and go see what the heck. Why this dog barking like this? Y'all see it on the screen right there. And make sure y'all come out this weekend to the art walk. Come out and check out some of this art. Come check out a movie, get some popcorn, meet some people, take some pictures. Just enjoy yourself.